What if the very traits that make you an intuitive introvert are the keys to unparalleled success and profound understanding? We're diving deep to expose the extraordinary capabilities of this often misunderstood mind. Prepare to see your quiet nature not as a limitation, but as your most potent superpower. If you've ever felt out of place in loud rooms, overwhelmed by small talk, or misunderstood because you prefer depth over noise, this video is for you. The intuitive introvert mind is not broken. It's not shy by default, and it's not antisocial. It is specialized. It's a high-resolution lens in a world that often celebrates wide-angle speed. While the world rushes to speak, you gather context. While others skim the surface, you map the ocean floor. And that difference, your difference, is where the magic lives. Let's clear a few myths. Introversion isn't the same as shyness. Shyness is fear-based, introversion is energy-based. You recharge in solitude and spend energy in social settings, even when you enjoy them. And intuition isn't fantasy. It's the brain's ability to connect patterns quickly and unconsciously, drawing on a massive library of past experiences, memories, and subtle signals most people miss. You feel a situation before you can explain it. Later, the proof appears and everyone says, "How did you know? You didn't guess." You recognized a pattern. An intuitive introvert's first superpower is deep pattern recognition. You notice micro-expressions in conversations. You spot inconsistencies in plans. You sense the trajectory of a project before the metrics catch up. This pattern radar lets you anticipate problems and opportunities earlier than others. That's not just helpful, it's powerful. When you use it on purpose, your ideas feel prophetic. When you ignore it, you feel uneasy and can't explain why. Trust the signal. It's data, not drama. The second superpower is long-range vision. Many intuitive introverts think in arcs rather than dots. You prefer maps over directions. You want to understand the why before the how. In leadership, this looks like calm clarity during chaos. When others argue about tactics, you keep guiding the team back to the mission. In relationships, this looks like patience. You wait to see who someone really is, not just who they are in the moment. Your mind naturally runs long simulations. If we choose A, what happens in 6 months? If we choose B, what happens to trust, culture, or momentum? That's strategic thinking at its finest. Third, you possess emotional sonar, empathy that reads between the lines. You feel the temperature of a room without a thermometer. You can sense when a friend is withdrawing, when a colleague is nearing burnout, or when a partner's "I'm fine" means "I'm not, but I don't have words yet." This is not mind reading. It's highly tuned attention. It lets you support people in ways that feel surgical and kind. When you combine this with good boundaries, you become the person others rely on when it truly matters. Fourth, you have a unique creative engine. Ideas often arrive when the world is quiet, late at night, early in the morning, or during a solitary walk. Your best thinking happens off stage. This incubation is not procrastination, it's processing. In a culture addicted to instant output, the intuitive introvert thrives by embracing slow-cooked brilliance. You don't need to flood the room with noise. You need to protect the conditions where your best ideas arise. Now, let's turn these gifts into practice. At work, your pattern recognition makes you a superb strategist, researcher, designer, writer, developer, therapist, or analyst. You do your best when you can go deep, solve complex problems, and present distilled insights. If meetings drain you, structure your influence. Send pre-reads so your ideas are considered before the meeting starts. Offer clear executive summaries. Ask for 5 minutes on the agenda to share your analysis. And then listen. Let the room react while you observe. Your power move isn't dominating airtime, it's clarifying what matters. In leadership, the intuitive introvert shines as a guide, not a hype machine. You lead by presence, not volume. You create psychological safety by actually hearing people. You articulate vision and values so clearly that the team can make aligned decisions without you hovering over every detail. You don't need to be on all the time. You need to be consistent, fair, and deeply prepared. That steadiness builds trust, and trust is the real currency of teams. In relationships, your empathy and insight are gifts. You listen for meaning, not just words. You notice changes in tone, patterns in behavior, themes that repeat. That makes you a powerful partner, friend, or parent, someone who can reflect truths with gentleness. Just remember the boundary. Empathy does not require self-erasure. You can care without carrying. You can love without losing yourself. When you pair your intuitive insight with direct communication, here's what I notice, here's what I need, you create honest, peaceful connection. Decision-making is another arena where you excel, once you trust your process. Your mind likes to gather inputs, step away, and let the right answer float to the surface. So design for that. When a decision is important and not urgent, sleep on it. Take a walk. Journal. Talk it out with one trusted person instead of 5. Ask yourself 3 questions. What pattern do I recognize? What value do I want to honor? What cost am I willing to accept? Do that, and your choices become clean, not crowded. Of course, every superpower has a shadow. Overthinking is the shadow of insight. Rumination is pattern recognition without a plan. Perfectionism is long-range vision without a finish line. People-pleasing is empathy without boundaries. The solution isn't to think less, feel less, or care less. It's to channel your traits through structures. Use a 5-minute rule for small decisions. If it's reversible and low risk, decide in 5. Use a good enough threshold for deliverables. Define what done looks like before you start. Use name it questions to stop mind reading. I'm sensing something, am I reading that right? These small practices protect your gifts from turning against you. Energy management is crucial. You don't have less energy than others, your energy spends differently. Social input costs you more. Solitude refunds your balance. Treat your calendar like a battery. Avoid back-to-back social events. Build buffers before and after big meetings. Take micro recharges, a 5-minute walk, a closed-door pause, a quiet lunch, a no-talk commute. Protect one deep work block each day where you silence notifications, close tabs, and give your attention to one meaningful task. That single block can change your trajectory. Communication is your bridge to the outer world. Your ideas are strong, now make them shareable. Translate intuition into clarity. When you present, lead with the conclusion, then show the path you took to get there. Use simple language and concrete examples. If you dislike interrupting, pre-plan entry phrases like, "May I offer an observation?" or "I want to flag a risk I'm seeing." If large groups are tough, leverage small rooms. Schedule one-on-ones. Write follow-ups. Record short Loom videos. Your voice doesn't have to be the loudest. It has to be the clearest. Build an environment that supports deep thinking. Curate your information diet. Fewer, better inputs increase your signal-to-noise ratio. Read long form. Take notes in your own words. Keep an insight library, where you store patterns you've noticed, ideas, quotes, questions, decisions, outcomes. Over time, your private database becomes a treasure map. When a familiar situation appears, you'll find old notes guiding new choices. That's compounding wisdom. Now let's talk about micro habits that activate your superpower. Start your day with a signal scan. Ask, what's the one thing I need to protect today? What's the one conversation that needs care? What pattern do I keep noticing? Then, block 30 minutes for deep work on the most consequential task, even if you can only do 30. Keep a 2-page think practice. Write 2 pages of unfiltered thoughts about a problem before you talk about it with others. End your day with a 1 brave sentence. Send a message that expresses a truth you've been holding back, kindly and clearly. These small acts accumulate into big influence. Social strategy for introverts doesn't mean hiding. It means choosing depth over breadth. Go to fewer events with more intention. Arrive early and leave when your energy dips. Find an anchor person you can return to when you need a reset. Prepare 2 or 3 meaningful questions in advance so you never rely on small talk. Follow up the next day with a note. Over time, you build a network based on trust, not volume, exactly the kind of network that sustains meaningful opportunities. Let's step into a story. Imagine a product team deadlocked over a flashy feature. Most are excited. It demos well. It's what competitors are doing. You, the intuitive introvert, feel a subtle friction. The feature adds complexity for new users. It creates edge cases support will hate. You can't fully explain it yet, but the pattern is familiar. Big launch, short spike, long tail of frustration. Instead of arguing loudly, you ask for 1 day. You map user journeys, annotate risks, run a tiny test with 5 ideal customers, and present a 2-page summary the next morning. The data matches your intuition. The team pivots to a simpler, more elegant solution. 2 months later, churn drops. On the surface, it looks like a tidy decision. Underneath, it was your quiet mind that saved the product from a trap. That's superpower in action, calm, precise, and outcome-driven. Now another story, this time personal. A friend texts, "All good," after withdrawing for a week. Your empathy pings. Something is off. Instead of blasting them with questions, you send a grounded message, no pressure to reply. I'm here. If you want company, I can drop soup or just sit with you. Later, they open up. They didn't need advice, they needed presence. You created a safe pocket of silence where words could arrive. That's not small. That's medicine. Your sensitivity, paired with wise restraint, heals. What about confidence? Many introverts feel unseen because their gifts are quiet. Here's a reframing. Confidence is evidence-based. Track your wins. Keep a proof file of times your intuition was right, your analysis saved time, your care helped someone, your idea worked. Review it when doubt whispers. Share outcomes, not ego. Say, here's what changed because of the choice we made. The more you connect your quiet actions to real results, the more undeniable your influence becomes. Let's also name the traps that pull intuitive introverts off course. Isolation can become a loop. You withdraw to recharge, but if you never return, your world shrinks. Schedule connection like you schedule rest. Mind reading can become a habit. You sense tension and assume you caused it. Ask. Clarify. Most pain comes from untested stories. Perfectionism can freeze your gifts. Set, release criteria, and ship when the box is checked. And don't forget sensory overload. Noise-canceling headphones, soft lighting, and a calm workspace are not indulgences, they're tools. Use them guilt-free. Your body is part of the system. To sharpen intuition, keep the vessel steady. Sleep is non-negotiable. Walks are moving meditation. Breathwork resets your nervous system in under 2 minutes. Drink water before your brain convinces you to keep working. Eat like you respect your future self. None of this is glamorous, and all of it is compounding. A regulated body gives your mind a clearer channel. If you work in fast-paced environments, create thinking lanes. Not every decision needs a committee. Ask for autonomy on specific scopes. Offer timelines that include incubation. Say, I can give you my first pass in an hour or my best pass tomorrow morning. Which do you want? People will often choose the best pass when you frame it that way. And if they choose speed, deliver quickly without self-judgment. Not every moment is a thesis. Sometimes, good and on time, is the strategic move. If you're building something of your own, a business, a channel, a book, design your creative cadence. Batch deep work when your energy peaks. Script during your quiet hours. Edit later. Delegate the high-noise tasks that drain you. Use templates and checklists to free your mind for original thinking. Decide what you won't do. The word no is a shield for your best yes. Here's a simple framework you can start using today. Notice, name, navigate. Notice the signal, your intuitive nudge, your energy dip, your curiosity spike. Name it with simple language. I'm sensing risk in this plan. I'm at 30% battery. I'm deeply curious about this idea. Navigate with a small, concrete action. Ask a clarifying question, take a 10-minute break, open a new document and write the first paragraph. Tiny moves compound. Clarity grows with action, not with endless thinking. You are not behind because you're quiet. You are not less capable because you need space. You're not too sensitive, you're exquisitely tuned. The world doesn't always reward the loudest voice. It rewards the clearest insight, the most reliable presence, and the outcomes that hold up over time. Those are the arenas where intuitive introverts quietly win. So ask yourself, where have I been hiding my gifts because they don't look like everyone else's? Where can I design my day to protect deep work, honest connection, and thoughtful decisions? Which one small practice from this video will I try this week? The moment you stop apologizing for your nature and start engineering around it, everything changes. Projects get cleaner. Relationships feel safer. Your inner world aligns with your outer life. If this resonated, it's not an accident. It's a recognition. You recognized yourself. And that recognition is step 1. Step 2 is practice. Step 3 is courage, the courage to build a life that fits your mind, instead of squeezing your mind into a life that doesn't. That's not selfish. It's responsible. When you work with your wiring, you bring your best to the people who need you. Before we wrap, a quick reminder, your superpower doesn't require a stage. It requires stewardship. Guard your inputs. Train your attention. Speak when it counts. Rest when you must. Keep your proof file. And remember this: the quiet mind is not empty. It's focused. It's listening. It's connecting dots the rest of the room doesn't even see yet. That isn't a disadvantage. It's an edge. Thank you for spending your time here today. If this helped you see your intuitive introvert mind in a new light, share it with someone who needs that same permission. Drop a comment about the one insight that hit home. And if you want more content like this, subscribe, because your quiet mind is not a problem to fix. It's a power to master. Now go protect your deep work, honor your energy, and use your gifts. The world needs what only you notice.